Stadium, where tonight International Speedway returns to Scotland with the return to the track of the Scottish International team taking on the Old Enemy at under 21 level. And the man who knows plenty about the Old Enemy is of course former Scottish International himself, former Monarch, Bert Harkins. Bert, it must be a great thrill really for you to stand this side of the fence and manage the team now.
Oh, it is indeed. I mean, it's really terrific because it's such a long time that since we've had a good Scottish team. And the best thing about tonight and this series is that the team is 100% Scottish. We haven't had to call on Australians or New Zealanders, and I think all the boys are really fired up because of that.
There are one or two comments about that at the start, because you know Scottish teams in the past, as you say, have been predominantly Glasgow, Edinburgh riders.
That's right.
Do you think we've actually got the strength now in depth to cope with this right through a whole series?
Well, it's coming on. We've got a lot of good young lads coming up. You know, we've still got like Kenny and James at the top, but there's the younger lads like Blair and Davy Meldrum, you know, Barry Campbell. They're all coming up, and there'll be new riders coming through. And by choosing a 100% Scottish team, it gives the younger riders a bit of an incentive to try and improve enough to reach national standard. And that way they know they're not going to be jumped over by perhaps an Australian or a New Zealand rider. So.
And what about the English side tonight? How do you rate them from 1 to 7? Are they a strong bunch in your eyes?
Oh yes, they're very strong. I mean, they've got a lot of riders in England and plenty of opportunity, and the under 21 England team's very strong. So I think, well, I'm quite sure we can do a very good job here with the series, and I'm very hopeful we can come out on top.
Do you think that this could be the stepping stone back to getting into the world pairs and the 4-team tournament as it used to be with world-class sides? You think we've got enough there that we can actually do that now? Because I mean, you get Bulgaria and France, don't you?
That's right. I mean, now we're getting the recognition that we deserve with the Scottish team back riding against England, and the next stage now is to go on to the FIM World Championship events, and I've already made some applications in that respect, so hopefully we'll get back in there.
Kenny McKenna is a bit like yourself. He's a great inspiration to the other riders that are in the side. Can you see him hanging the boots up at the end of this year, really?
I think he will. He's still very keen. He still rides like a teenager, but he's a tremendous rider to have in your side, and tremendous to have as captain. It was the obvious choice for us for Scottish captain, and I'm sure he'll do a great job in the series.
Speedway in general now, Bert, I mean, the Elite League seems to be having problems with all the foreign riders that are in it. Costs, crowds are down. Where do you think it's going to go next year?
It's difficult to say. I think, as you say, the costs in the Elite League are just so high that it's perhaps the Premier League which will do better than the Elite, as far as sometimes the racing is better in Premier League and the crowds are better too.
Yeah, well, that sort of augurs well for Scotland for the future too, doesn't it? If the guys get back into one big league, it'll be slightly harder, won't it?
Yeah, it gives them again more opposition and more, you know, something else to aim for. And I'm sure from this series here, the Scottish boys are going to be really fired up to, you know, to make the grade and just show people what they can do.
Now, I've heard the pipes playing in the background here, and you were a great man for wearing the kilt over your leathers. What have you got in store tonight, or are you not telling us?
Well, I couldn't actually wear the kilt tonight because I thought if I was having to jump across the safety fence, it could be a wee bit embarrassing. So
I see you got the blue cross on the cheek, so that's a good advert.
Yes, Alec Harkis and I have had a bit of face painting done, and Stuart McDonald's also been along, so we're being as patriotic as we can.
Right, well, I'm sure Bert will have it's a lovely night for once up in the last couple of weeks, and I'm sure we'll have a good crowd and a lot of support, and I wish you all the best in the Scottish team manager role. Thanks very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Well, this is the start of a new era for Scottish Speedway, because the Scotland International team is back for the first time since the early 80s, racing tonight against England under 21. A big test for both sides really. The teams look evenly matched, and the Scots particularly will be desperately keen to do well. Lining up in heat number 1 and gate 1 could be none other than the captain of Scotland, Kenny McKenna. In gate 2 it's England's captain, Lee Lanham. Gate 3, Kevin Little, another home man with the Zeebart Monarchs here at Armadale. And in gate 4 it's Hull's Paul Lee. And McKenna's away fairly well. Kevin Little joins him, I think, round the first corner, although Lanham pressing Little. And it's very close up the back straight. Little diving hard into the third turn, but Lanham's still there inside him, forcing Little wide there. Little hasn't given way though. He's still coming back. I think Lanham's gone through this time, but look at Little, a tremendous dash off the second turn. He's now established in second. Well, that was tough riding there by the pair of them, but Kevin Little's come out on top. And now he's pulling away from the English captain. A terrific start for the Scots. Kenny McKenna in his expected position off gate 1. You'd expect Kenny to make the start, and he's not let anybody down there. But Kevin Little's ridden a tremendous race to get into second place in spite of very strong pressure from Lee Lanham. And the Scots take an opening 5-1 on their return to the international scene.
Fantastic 5-1, a real big-long battle for second place between Sid and Lee Lanham, more reminiscent of the German Grand Prix last week. But stop, please get up. First flag winner tonight goes to the lead last, ladies and gentlemen, Kenny McKenna and Kevin Little.
Well, 8-2, it's the reserves out in this one, and in the inside gate, Grant MacDonald riding for England. And I think Grant will be very much a danger man in this series. Opted to ride for England, although he has qualifications for both. He is basically an Englishman, and that's really the way it should be. Gate 2, Blair Scott. Gate 3, it's John Wilson, who scored a maximum against Edinburgh recently on his home track. And in Gate 4, Barry Campbell. So the two young Scots with a big test here. Blair Scott's up in the air. He's made rather a bad start, to put it mildly. It's the other three contesting the lead, Wilson and Campbell out front, and look at Campbell go there around the outside. But Wilson's just about in front, but Campbell a tremendous drive to go to the front. Well, that was a really forceful first turn by Barry. Skating hasn't been good this year. He's really trying to hold back John Wilson there. Here comes Grant MacDonald now, though, racing through the pack. And look at that from MacDonald. Wilson's fallen. MacDonald's up alongside Campbell. He's been in sizzling form recently, and you can see there just how good he is at the moment. That was a magnificent effort by MacDonald. Oh, and Wilson's still on the track. Well, that's unfortunate. I'm not sure what lap they were on there, but pity he wasn't able to get off in time. We're having a good race there. Well, heat number 2 is being rerun, and Grant MacDonald must have gained considerable confidence from the way he was going in the first running of the race. Blair Scott will need to get a much better start, but it's difficult to see how they can hold MacDonald back even if he misses the gate. Hasn't missed the gate this time, he's away very well. Here comes Campbell round the outside. Tremendous effort. Neck and neck with MacDonald there to the third corner, and Campbell drives harder into the third turn. That was absolutely superb by Barry Campbell there. He's really fighting. But can he hold MacDonald's speed? He couldn't do it last time, and there goes MacDonald again in exactly the same fashion. He's absolutely storming along. A really sensational first lap and a half there between these two. But MacDonald's now pulling away, and he's showing form which really has been undreamt of in the last year and a bit for Grant. And he's going to be a danger to some of the Scotsmen higher up the team as well, I think. So a big win for the English reserve there. And not a bad ride by the Scottish pair either to share the race. Scotland retaining the lead at 4 points. Well, it's heat number 3, and the man on the inside checking the whereabouts of the green light is comeback man Stuart MacDonald. He's always had plenty of guts, but he'll need them now to come out and race against a good English representative side with half a season with no racing. He's in gate 1, Lee Richardson's in gate 2, James Greaves in gate 3, and Andre Compton in gate 4. And it's very tight, and it's MacDonald and Greaves who've gone to the first corner. Compton's coming dashing round the outside. MacDonald lost it there and dropped to the back on the first turn, but James Greaves has gone ahead. Richardson's taken up the chase, and I've seen some super rides from Lee Richardson here. Stuart MacDonald's fallen off at the back. He's having a tough comeback ride, but he's jumped back on for another go. Well, James Greaves raced in tonight direct from Sweden, where he'd been riding in the Michael Carlson Testimonial this week. But although he's tired, he's leading the way here, but he's certainly under some pressure from Lee Richardson. Racing really hard and making up ground, climbing all over the back of Greaves there. Richardson, the young Reading man in the Premier League, chasing the Elite League man James Greaves and really challenging on this last turn. Look at this from Richardson, he's got a chance here. He comes round the outside. I think Greaves is just going to hang on. He just made it. Well, there's plenty of chances for passing all over the track tonight. It's in beautiful condition, and he looked as though he might make it on the outside there on that last lap, but Greaves held on. Not a great comeback ride by Stuart MacDonald, but he'll be out looking for more points later on. So Scotland retain their lead, but the English are putting them under some pressure. Well, this is heat number 4, and Barry Campbell rides from gate 1 with a good heat 2 behind him, although he didn't win it. In gate 2, John Wilson, who's fit after his tumble, thankfully. Gate 3, Scott Lamb, who's Team Berwick at Peterborough tonight, but Scott's here. And in gate 4, a man whose presence we are keenly anticipating, and we're really interested to see how he goes round here. He's the British under-21 champion, and he can go higher than that given time, and that is of course Scott Nicholls of Ipswich, a very spectacular young rider indeed. Made the start, and Scott Nicholls hasn't. He's at the back. Let's see what's going to happen here. John Wilson fairly tangled up there, and Scott Nicholls has come thundering through the middle there in best Peter Carr style. John Wilson's fallen again. Well, hopefully he's going to get off the track this time and not cause any more delays, but Scott Nicholls is absolutely roaring away in front. Scott Lamb chasing. Well, Scott was slightly hampered, I think, on the first bend by John Wilson, and look at Scott Lamb go here against the very highly rated young Elite League rider. Scott Lamb's really powering. It'd be a miracle if he could pass Nicholls, although the Ipswich rider is getting a little bit locked up occasionally. Getting to grips with it now. Scott Lamb's not giving up. But he lifts as he goes down the back straight there, and I think Nicholls is going to take the victory here. So the second race win for England, and maybe his first ride was the best chance to catch him. Scott Lamb couldn't quite do it. He had a better chance if he hadn't been balked on the first corner, but Nicholls, a magnificent, spectacular ride, and I think we might see even better as the evening goes on.
Next up, rider number 5, ladies and gentlemen, Swiss Whiskey, Scott Nicholls.
Well, heat number 5 as we await for the tractors getting off the track. We've got Paul Lee coming from gate 1 this time. James Greaves is in gate 2, Lee Lanham gate 3, and Stuart MacDonald on gate 4. So this is the English pairing that were rather swept aside in the opening race. A chance for Stuart MacDonald maybe to open his account. Greaves and MacDonald came through the ranks roughly together, rode together at Wolverhampton in their championship season. James is still there. Stuart's currently not with any club. And Greaves makes a terrific start, and so does MacDonald. MacDonald's gone up alongside Lee and passed him into second place. He doesn't look particularly comfortable. Lanham's challenging, and the two Englishmen I think have come past MacDonald there. Stuart's just not quite into the swing of it yet. James Greaves is away. I suspect Stuart's bike isn't the quickest thing. And Lanham's got his head down, chasing after Greaves. Greaves into his last lap, well clear, showing Elite League pedigree now. Just back from Sweden, as I said, he can have a snooze in the pits between races. He's taken a big victory there and kept Scotland going, but Stuart McDonald's not really getting to grips with it, and I really do think that his bike looks flat as a pancake, so I wonder if he can borrow somebody else's. Well, this is heat number 6, and it is absolutely mouth-watering. Kevin Little, home heat leader with the Z-Bart Monarchs, rides from Gate 1 for Scotland. Scott Nicholls, with a thrilling win in his first ride, rides from Gate 2 for the England under-21 side. Gate 3, the highly experienced Scottish captain, Kenny McKenna, always favourite to make the gate no matter where he starts from. And the dashing young talent of Grant MacDonald for England coming from Gate 4. Should be an absolute cracker. Predictions are maximum for Scott Nicholls, but to do that he's got to beat this Scottish pair. Kevin Little's made the start. Kenny McKenna looking for the run round the outside, and he's got there. Look at that second corner by McKenna. He's gone to the front. Nicholls comes thundering round the outside in sensational style as well. But Little's still there, battling with Nicholls. Nicholls looking for the gap, going for the one down the middle again as he did last time. McKenna just ahead, but Nicholls right on his tail, having squeezed ahead of Little. McKenna still leads, 2 laps gone. Nicholls is right there, going for the inside line this time. McKenna squeezes past again. What a tremendous battle. Into the third turn, McKenna holds it tighter this time. Drifts out to the wide line. And McKenna still a half a wheel ahead going into the last lap. Holding the line, using all his guile and experience. Nicholls with his dashing youthfulness, looking for the gap. Locks up a bit there. I think that might give McKenna his chance. And McKenna takes a fabulous victory with Kevin Little snapping at their heels. What a wonderful race that was. Tremendous speedway. McKenna didn't make the start. He came round the opposition on the first corner, and we saw a 3-man battle to match anything we've seen this season. Absolutely great speedway there. The crowd respond. And Scotland move further ahead. Fabulous race.
How are you feeling? You feeling okay?
No, I'm feeling pretty tensed at the moment. I'm not 100% sure why. I've said a few things for my bike, so it's a bit easier to ride, but you know, I've got one more ride left, and you know, see how it goes then.
You're riding, it's quite an entertaining match, isn't it?
It is actually. I thought that. I've seen a couple of races and they've been enjoyable to watch. Like, you know, it's just a pity that I'm not there with them. Like, you know, in the races what I'm in, making it more enjoyable.
It's been good. You you riding over the weekend as well?
Yeah, I'm at standby for tomorrow at Berwick, but at Glasgow I'm in the team again. So.
You ridden Glasgow before?
A couple of times, yeah.
You like that place, don't you? Yeah.
I like it, but I've never really got any big scores there, so that's one thing I'm going to be looking for Sunday.
Did you say you got another race on tonight?
I've got one more, yeah. They've got a few minutes yet, so
so what do you think of the place then?
It's quite a nice place, you know. If there's someone there and there were a bit more dirt on the track, it'd be, you know, a corking track to ride.
Right, and Pro to be first cap, is it, under 21?
No, I rode in the Russian, against Russia.
Oh, of course,
at Hull, yeah.
I forgot about that. We'll have to brush up on that.
It is nice to pull on an England bib, like, you know, it's, you only can do it. Not many people say they've really done it, so it is an honour riding for your own country, really. So
you have to make. I think you might lose tonight, but we'll put the scores back level tomorrow.
Let's hope so.
Yes.
Yeah, let's hope so.
Thanks very much, Tony. Thanks very much for coming.
Heat number 7, it's the very impressive Lee Richardson coming from Gate 1. Scott Lamb, who had a good opening race, he's in Gate 2. In Gate 3 it's Andre Compton, in Gate 4 Blair Scott. Possible chance for the English to hit back here, I suspect. Although we could get a good gate here from Scott Lamb. Yes, indeed, he's away well. He's beaten Lee Richardson to the turn. Oh, Scott's drifted wide though, and he's just hung on there. Didn't quite get it right coming out the second corner, but he's into his stride now. He's got Richardson pressing on the inside, and this is going to be another tight one. Look at Richardson roaring through there. Lamb might get more drive round the outside. Brave effort by Scott Lamb up alongside the Reading man, but he can't get through. Once again round the outside there. Lamb pressing hard. Richardson's got it now, I think, though. He really is a marvellous young rider. Andre Compton's got third place. Into the final lap. Set now. England look like taking a 4-2 from this one. And that was a superb ride by Lee Richardson from the back. Finished up with a very comfortable win. And you can see the potential in that young man. He's in the World Under-21 final, and he's not going there to finish second. Super race.
And Lee there on the best of him.
Well, heat number 8 looks a very important one. We have John Wilson, who's so far had a pretty disastrous night. I don't think he's completed a lap yet. He comes from gate 1. He is capable. Gate 2, it's Barry Campbell, who I'd say has ridden very well, very determinedly so far. Paul Lee comes from gate 3, and he's been going quite well too, and even better perhaps has been Kevin Little coming from gate 4. So sort of race where anything could happen. Although the Scots must be fancying Kevin's chances, I think. They're just 4 ahead now. Wilson's made a good start. In fact, both English riders have. So Kevin Little's got his work cut out here. He didn't get well off gate 4 at all. So, will the young Englishman team up here? Will John Wilson stay on? No, he won't. What is the matter with him? He's having a terrible time. Exactly the same spot every time. Nobody else has had any problems. That leaves Kevin Little to attack Paul Lee up front, and he's doing just that. Round the outside for Kevin. Lee looking very good. Hasn't had a good meeting here at Armadale yet, but once he's in front, he's quick. Kevin Little's quick too, but not quick enough, I don't think. He's still a couple of lengths down as they hit the last lap. He's really trying. Lee lifts there as they hit the third turn for the last time. And he's having a double round the outside, but he's not there, I don't think. Loses out by a length in the end. And Paul Lee really can go when he gets to the front. But his partner John Wilson let him down again there. They were out in front. They must surely have taken a 8 advantage, but no, because John plopped off in exactly the same spot that he's done in all of his races so far. And we have to wonder whether he'll get his 4th ride. I suspect Grant MacDonald might replace him. Got Scott Nichols coming from gate 1, and we've had some thrills from him already. Gate 2, Stuart MacDonald, struggling so far. Grant MacDonald rides from gate 3, and James Greaves comes from gate 4. Stuart MacDonald's been out practicing on that machine, done a couple of laps to see if he can get a bit of pace out of it. But to be honest, this race looks a bit tough for him, so Scotland looking to James Greaves, who's unbeaten so far, to see if he can hold off the English pair. Nichols from gate 1 must have an advantage. Nichols is away well. Greaves outside him here. What can he do off the second turn? Greaves up alongside and past Scott Nichols. Superb effort by Greaves. There's always that chance on the second turn. Stuart MacDonald's fallen in a heap on the third corner, but he must get his bike off the track to give his partner a chance here. He's done just that, so if nothing else, Stuart has done that for Scotland. So Greaves leads Nichols, and he need all his pace and all his determination to hold on in front of the Ipswich youngster. Look at Nichols go there, look at that. Up alongside Greaves. Greaves, determined as ever, forces his way ahead again. Once more, Nichols attacks on the inside. Fabulous racing. Nichols just can't quite get the drive he needs. He might get it here. He's lined up well. Greaves is a length ahead up the back straight. Nichols roars into that turn on the outside, coming round the boards, but locked up there, and Greaves takes the victory. Another fabulous race. Once again, the Scots showing tremendous determination to hold on in front of this superb young Ipswich rider. Magnificent stuff from Greaves. And Stuart MacDonald, as I said, he fell on the third turn when he was in third place, but he got himself off the track to give James the chance that he needed, and James did the trick.
Yeah, as my first ride was very exciting. A few bursts around the outside and one thing another. Then when Stuart come off when I was passing him, I thought I was going for another trip through the fence, but yeah, it's good.
It's good speedway. I think we might lose this one. I'm saying I'm English, see.
Well, I don't know. I think England will be lucky to win any of them, to be honest with you.
Oh, Glasgow. Well, they don't fancy their chances at Berwick.
No, I was thinking that because half the Scottish team is the Edinburgh team, isn't it? This is the home track, so I think our lads will be better on a bigger track. Yeah. And I think I'll be better at Glasgow as well than here, because this isn't my favourite place. So. Yeah,
I know, but I mean, you've been very dead entertaining, right?
Yeah, but I'm lucky to be here actually, because I've been in Sweden for Mikael Carlsen's testimonial with James Greaves, and we arrived at Ostend in Belgium last night, and he called all the ferries off due to bad weather, so we had to get a flight up here today especially, so you're lucky that we're here.
Who paid for that?
The Scottish team people have paid for that. So.
It's not bad, is it?
Thank you.
And the bikes as well?
Well, my dad was bringing my set of bikes here, but Greaves' bike has just arrived. So
that's good stuff. So I reckon you'll tie up to and all come down to Glasgow more on Sunday.
Yeah, what do you reckon? 1-1 maybe?
I'll be 1-1, I reckon.
Going to Glasgow.
What do you think the Glasgow fans will do? Do you think they'll be cheering you on Sunday? Or?
I don't know, they seem quite cheerful enough out there before. I thought I'd have got a few boos, but I don't know, they're all friendly up here.
Yeah, I wonder what they'll be like in Glasgow. You're one of the riders riding for England.
We'll see.
Thanks so much for talking to us, Grant. Cheers, mate. Thanks so much.
Coming into heat number 10, we've had some sensational heats, and this is another one, if the heart can stand it. We've got Andre Compton coming from gate 1 here, Kevin Little's in gate 2, Lee Richardson in gate 3 in superb form, and the unbeaten after 2 rides, Kenny McKenna, rides from gate 4, and Kenny will need another strong start in first corner. Not very steady there. And Richardson's pushing McKenna wide. Oh dear, a real tangle there. McKenna's in a heap. And Richardson, where did he go? He wobbled a bit as well. And we await the referee's decision. All 4 back. I think Kenny might be a little fortunate there, as if he's fit. Well, back to the line for the restart for heat number 10, and I would repeat that I think Kenny McKenna is a little fortunate, because it seemed to me that having failed to get round the outside, he fell on his own, but he's back again. Can he do any better this time? He didn't make a good start the first time. There was certainly a strong arm battle between Richardson and McKenna to get to the first corner. And this time McKenna has made one of his more familiar starts. as you would rather predict, I think. And Lee Richardson stuck at the back. Andre Compton's in second, being challenged by Kevin Little. And Lee Richardson's getting onto his more favoured inside line to try and come through. He's not going to find it easy from there. Well, he was outfoxed by McKenna. McKenna crashed first time out, but that doesn't put him off. He's well ahead here. Lee Richardson struggling to get through from the back. And if Little could snatch second before Richardson catches him, Scotland would take a big one out of this race. It's getting very tight though for the three minor positions. Kevin Little's gone very wide and Richardson might have a chance to come through. Little's come dashing back. Look at this on the last corner. Oh, Richardson's fallen. Trying to come through on the inside, and it finishes up the 4-2 as it stood for most of the race. But what a sensational last turn with all three going in level. Richardson came off worst coming down on the inside. What might have happened if he'd stayed on? We can only surmise. It could have been anything. But Scotland take 8 advantage, and Lee Richardson surprisingly out of it there. Kenny McKenna, well, reruns are his speciality. Heat number 11, Scott Lamb this time has gate number 1 and must have a good chance from there. He's ridden well enough, but he hasn't won a heat so far. Gate 2, it's Paul Lee, who has won a heat. Gate 3, Blair Scott, just a single point so far, but plenty of battling. And Lee Lanham, the English captain, with fairly unsuccessful nights so far. He comes from gate 4. Scott's made a good start from the inside. Lanham trying to charge round the outside of him on this first turn. He's got into second. Blair Scott's in third. Scott Lamb way around the outside there. Lanham chasing. And looking quite threatening here. He's got a real charging, crouching style, Lee Lanham. But he admits to being more of a big track man than the small tracks. Maybe tomorrow night at Berwick will be more his scene. He's looking good here though, he's right on Scott Lamb's tail, and likewise Paul Lee challenging hard on Blair Scott. Anything could still happen. Lanham's right on Lamb's wheel still, and the third place is up for grabs. And Paul Lee's the latest faller on that top corner, and Scotland take another 4-2. They've put themselves in a position to be up against tactical substitutes, unfortunately. Something I strongly disagree with in an international match, but we'll just have to take that. But a good ride by Scott Lamb. Lee Lanham, a good effort to come through. He couldn't quite make it. I think the track may have slickened up a wee bit now. There doesn't seem to be quite so much drive for the riders trying to come from behind. But Lee Lanham celebrates his second place with a wheelie nevertheless, and a very impressive one at that. Well, it is tactical substitute time right enough for heat number 12. It's Scott Nicholls coming in to replace Grant MacDonald. I feel quite strongly that over a 3-match test series there shouldn't be any tactical substitutes. In 70 Scottish internationals in the last 50 years there's never been a tactical substitute on either side, but the rules have changed and that's why we have a tack sub in this race. So the man under pressure here might be James Greaves coming from gate 1 there, Scotland looking to him. Scott Nicholls rides from gate 2, Barry Campbell in gate 3, and Lee Richardson riding from gate 4. James Greaves lifts, but he still gets to the first corner. He's going to be under severe pressure here. Richardson round the outside, he's gone ahead. So James is going to have to work very hard to hold on to second here. Here comes Nicholls as well. Greaves though, pressing back on the inside. He's almost got through. Greaves and Richardson neck and neck here. Greaves, look at Greaves go. He's back through to the front again. What a superb effort. Where did he find that from? He drove hard inside Richardson. Nicholls is coming through to take up the chase. What a superb job James Greaves is doing here. He's so fiercely determined. Nicholls is now chasing. Richardson's been shaken off. Nicholls though, look at him go. Oh, he's fallen. Well, England aren't getting it right here. They didn't expect to lose this race, but they're going to now. Several riders have fallen on that top bend. James Greaves isn't one of them though, and what a victory that is for James. That was quite magnificent by James Greaves there. He just wasn't going to be held off. Brilliant ride there. from the back over Lee Richardson, holding off Scott Nichols as well. 4-2 to Scotland, and they move 10 points clear. Plate number 13 is always an all-heat leaders race, with Scotland leading by 10 points. A good result here would take them very close to victory in tonight's opening test match, but once again it'll be very tough. Lee Lanham rides from gate 1. He hasn't had a great night, but from there he's got to be a threat. Gate 2, Kenny McKenna, unbeaten so far. Gate 3, Scott Nichols, with just one race win, but plenty of thrilling efforts from the back. And gate 4, it's Scott Lamb. Kenny McKenna was moving at the start there. He got away with it. He's gone to the front. Nichols might catch him here. And he has. Nichols has gone to the front. I could see he had a chance on that inside line there. McKenna switches to the outside. Scott Lamb's got himself stuck at the back. And I think this time Scott Nichols is going to break Kenny McKenna's unbeaten run. He's pulled well clear. He hasn't been able to get to the front so far. Kenny McKenna riding a curious line there. I don't know whether he's trying to help his partner, but Scott, I'm afraid, is fairly well out of it at the moment. So the gap's going to be cut here, and there's a very weak race coming up. This is exactly the result that England want. They don't actually want a 5-1 from this one. These idiotic tactical substitutes are going to play a part. England win the heat. They're 8 down with one race coming up in which they're definitely going to make strong use of tactical substitutes.
Which was exploited by the British under-21 champion Scott Nichols, reaching through there and holding on for a victory for the English. But some great speed there, very different. Please show your appreciation. And Scott.
We've had one before, no?
I was just trying to think, no, you didn't read the... We took on Russians once.
No.
No, you didn't take part in that.
No.
Meadowbank, Powder Hole.
No.
Well, you're enjoying it.
You're still nice and young then, Jeff.
Aye. It's a good race jacket and all, isn't it?
It's not bad, is it?
It's really smart.
Yeah.
And looking forward to Berwick tomorrow?
Not really, no, but look forward to Glasgow more.
Oh, in Glasgow.
Aye, but...
You've won this match, haven't you? That's been one.
Not yet. We're 8 in front, but technically it's not all over yet. They think it's all over, but...
Breeze is flying, yeah.
Aye, but we're doing pretty well, and if we can hang in the last 2 races and keep it nice
some
and tight.
smashing races as well.
Yeah, it's been good, aye.
Is that track really as good as what it looks?
It's good, yeah. First race was brilliant, and it's slicking off a little bit, but it's nice and smooth, consistent, so it leads to good race, and everybody knows they can go out and have a go. It's good, yeah.
I think we got a slight advantage with most of the riders being on this home track.
Certainly, aye. Certainly, at the beginning of the meeting it told, but they're obviously caught up now, and they're on the pace, and they're going very well. Scott Nichols is flying, and Lee Lanham's starting to pick it up, and so Lee Richardson's looking good as well, so we've a tough couple of races left.
Tomorrow's going to be a tough one, isn't it, Berwick?
Yeah.
Kenny thinks we'll win here, win at Glasgow, but it's going to be good.
Yeah, it'll be tough, like, but we'll be there.
Thanks very much for talking to us, Kenny.
Alright, cheers, mate. Cheers, both.
Well, it's heat 14 coming up, and these dreaded tactical substitutes have reared their head again. We've got Lee Richardson coming into this one to replace John Wilson, give England a chance that perhaps they haven't quite earned. Nevertheless, that's the way it goes, that's the rules. We're waiting for Andre Compton, who's still in the pits. Stuart MacDonald has stayed in this race despite it being pointless, and one of the reasons for that is that Kenny McKenna, Scotland's captain, has lent Stuart his bike to see if it can bring out the best in him. But he's going to be asked for a lot here. Blair Scott's the other Scot in the race. He's going from gate 1. Bert Harkin's team manager not using Barry Campbell here, although I would say Barry has had a better night than either of the 2 Scots in this race. And as I say, we're waiting for Andre Compton to emerge from the pits. He had a bike problem. He's on his way out now, though. So Scotland have to withstand a very strong challenge here, and England are far from out of it. It would take a miracle, I believe, to suddenly see Stuart MacDonald on his best form. And Kenny McKenna's bike's got a lot of work to do so far, so right, heat number 14 has Blair Scott, Andre Compton, Stuart MacDonald and Lee Richardson, and if Scotland can avoid losing a 5-1 here, they'll be doing very well. Blair Scott's made an excellent start, so has Stuart MacDonald. The Scots have gone to the front. Richardson gallops after them. Now Blair Scott should let Stuart MacDonald round the outside of him here. But he's not going to. It's too awkward. The pair of them like to ride out wide. Scott leads the way, turning in a tremendous ride. MacDonald, using all his guts, comes up alongside Andre Compton there. He's completely out of control and uncomfortable. He's dropped into third and he may go to the back here, but he's let Blair Scott get away. Blair's ridden 2 great laps. Compton looking round to see his partner. He should let Richardson through, really. Can Blair Scott be Scotland's hero here? He's into his last lap. Even a second place would be a super effort, but he could win it. He's got half a lap to do. Richardson's come diving up the inside of him. Scott hasn't made a mistake. And who won that one? A tremendous surge by Richardson at the end. He's really good at that. He may have won it, but even if he didn't, even if he did, it's a great effort by Blair Scott and gives Scotland a better chance than they expected.
We're awaiting the official jurisdiction, but I think you can show your appreciation for the great ride once nonetheless. Ladies and gentlemen, Blair Scott.
Nice race, last one.
It was quite good, enjoyed it.
You got away for a clean start and then you just put your head down.
Yes, that's basically it. Had to get the finger out sometime. The last 3 rides before that I couldn't make a start. It was either coming back there or spinning up and then off. But
and that's not a bad English team they've got together, is it?
it's good.
Aye.
Very. For an under 21 team, it's very good.
Aye, no,
So it's
for taking to the track in the latter half of the match.
Yep.
Caught them out first early doors.
Yep.
Aye.
What a difference a start makes, it.
Who done the face?
What?
Who put the face on? Yourself or do you have help?
No help. Then I'm never done something into the track.
Right, so alright, I'll do this. Alright. Well, it seems to work. You got it was a nice win against 2 class riders, so the English were expecting a 5-1 there,
Yeah.
at least. And I think some of the other crowd did.
I did well. I didn't get to say that, but I never expected to win it.
Yeah, it was magnificent. It's been quite a match as well, isn't it?
It's been a good match.
Aye.
Well, there's both teams, eh?
Aye, there's been some
good racing.
And this is your first Scottish cap?
It is.
Aye, yeah. First of many, I reckon.
Hopefully.
Are you riding again over the weekend?
Saturday and Sunday.
You're in all
three
three
matches.
You don't like Berwick much, but Glasgow.
It's not the fact I don't like it, it's just I can't really ride it.
It's funny, I think the English lads will take to that place. But you'll catch them at Glasgow, I think.
Maybe.
Glasgow will be a real rabid crowd. You have the Glasgow Tigers fans cheering for you.
I like Berwick better than Glasgow anyway.
No, I think you
don't like Glasgow very much. But you just have to
you'll be
get the
alright.
head down and go for it.
You'll be alright, another one like that in the same sort of heat.
That'll do.
That's the one, because they thought they had a chance of sneaking back in there.
I think they thought there was maybe a chance to win, but
I think that wins clinched the match, more or less anything.
I'm glad.
Aye?
Knackered.
I'm tired. But you've no more tonight, have you? That's it?
No, that's it, I think.
Oh, well, brilliant. Thanks very much,
Right,
Storm.
no problem.
Cheers.
Well, just 2 heats to go, and Scotland need 1 second place over the last 2 races to clinch victory. They're 8 points ahead. In this run they've got Kevin Little coming from gate 1. Gate 2 it's Andre Compton. Gate 3 it's Scott Lamb. Gate 4 it's Lee Lanham. And the final race, of course, will contain the big 4 of McKenna, Greaves, Nichols and Richardson, and I'm sure Scotland won't want to leave the match in the balance for that one. Little's made a good start. It's quite even to the first corner. Lamb and Compton getting tangled up at the back. Lamb pushed right out of it around the first turn, made rather a hash of the first corner and got badly positioned. So England are well placed. Lee Lanham's leading again, and if Compton could pass Little, and he's close, he'll take it to a last heat decider. I'm sure he knows the position. Lanham leads the way. I think Scotland will be quite happy with this situation, in spite of the bad first turn for Scott Lamb. I think they would be quite happy to have Kevin Little pick up the second place here. He's putting the pressure on Lee Lanham again. Lanham's come good in his last couple of rides, hammering into that third turn. Takes the victory, but Scotland have won the match thanks to Kevin Little, close up there in second place, very close with Lee Lanham. First corner was a shambles and Scott Lamb lost out. But Scotland go into the last race in the happy position of being 6 points clear. Andre Compton couldn't catch Kevin Little. Lee Lanham celebrates with a wheelie, but his team have lost. They've got 2 matches to go. Scotland have won the first of the series. We've reached the final race of what has been an absorbing international. Lee Richardson's just broken the tapes there, just to give us a bit of delay before the final race. Touched them there from the inside and they snapped. So we'll take you through the riders for the final race and what a lineup it is. Lee Richardson coming off gate number 1. He's ridden really well, very interesting at all times. James Greaves has been magnificent for Scotland. He comes from gate 2, looking for a victory to take a superb 15-point maximum out of this meeting. That would be a marvellous achievement, especially as it included a great ride from the back in his last one. In gate 3, it's the thrilling Scott Nichols, who we've seen when he gets in front is uncatchable, but he's had to fight from the back and he hasn't always made it. And in gate 4, with just 1 point dropped, Scotland's skipper, what a great job he's done as well, Kenny McKenna. So what a race this is. Richardson taking his time, having an argument with Jim Syme. That's not an unknown situation. You might as well get in there, Lee, or you're going to be excluded. Here we go for the last one. Scotland have won, but a big one to finish with. And James Greaves has made the start. Kenny McKenna's trying to come round the outside, but Nichols has bundled him out of it. Greaves leads the way. Superb start again by James. Kenny McKenna chasing after them. But how's he going to get through? Here comes Richardson to the inside. Oh, magnificent overtake by Richardson. Greaves trying to come back round the outside. And he's got pace. He's having a real go there. Look at James. He's done it again. He's got ahead of Richardson. Richardson battling back. What a fierce fight this is. Absolutely tremendous racing. Greaves is there. He's leading again. Richardson once more looking for that surge off the inside, but he can't get it. Greaves is ahead again. What a ride by Greaves. This for a 15-point maximum. Half a lap to go. And he's fought past some of the best young riders in the world. What a fabulous ride by James Greaves. A 15-point maximum. That was absolutely magnificent. Kenny McKenna couldn't get anywhere near them that time, but James Greaves turned in one of the best rides we've ever seen round Armadale. That was quite superb. He was overtaken by Richardson. He came fighting back with a quite brilliant ride. Kenny McKenna rushing round to congratulate his young partner, who has been magnificent tonight. Another glorious wheelie from Scott Nichols, but the man of the moment really is James Greaves, 15-point maximum, and a great Scotland victory, and it's been a superb occasion. There's congratulations from several other riders there for James Greaves. More wheelie fun from Scott Nichols, who really is an entertainer, and look at this. One of the best maximums I've seen.
And for the yellow flag, Scott Nichols. 3 points to Scotland, 3 to England. The final match score, Scotland 51.
Well, I think we're getting both teams on parade, and I think that's fitting because we've seen a thrilling international. Scotland always held the upper hand, but the young English riders putting in tremendous effort. Far less experience round Armadale, of course, and that will also go for the second and third tests this weekend. But I think we can look to the English to come back fighting at Berwick and at Glasgow. It's been a great occasion, really. We've had some really superb races, and the match was always interesting. I think the tactical substitutes gave England a chance, although they didn't really capitalise on it. And in the end, Scotland won by 51 points to 45, so this will certainly go down as a very fine reintroduction to the international scene for the Scottish team. They'll be very proud of themselves, none more so than James Greaves, who rode, I think, better than I've ever seen him, and was quite outstanding. He has only been here a couple of times before. On the Scottish side, the scorers: Kenny McKenna, 11 from 5. Kevin Little, 8 and a bonus from 5. James Greaves, a magnificent 15-point maximum. Stuart MacDonald, no points. Did feature heavily in his last race, helping Blair Scott to a victory. No points from 4 rides though. Scott Lamb faded towards the end, 7 from 5. Blair Scott 5 and 1 from 4, including a crucial victory in his final ride. And Barry Campbell fought hard for his 5 and 2 from 4. The England under-21 team, Lee Lanham got 9 from 5. Paul Lee got 4 and a bonus from 4. Lee Richardson got 11 from 6. Andre Compton 6 and 2 from 5. Scott Nichols 11 and 1 from 6 and bags of thrills and wheelies. Grant MacDonald 4 and a bonus from 2, and John Wilson no score from 3 rides and a few tumbles as well. But 100% to everyone for effort. A thrilling first international, 2 to go, and we hope that the next 2 are as good as this one. It's been a great occasion here at Armadale. That's it then. Good night from Armadale Stadium.
Racing. It's been very tough, but I always expected it to be tough. You've got people like Scott Lamb, Kenny McKenna and Kevin Little. It's always going to be tough when we're up against those guys, but I've really enjoyed the racing tonight, and I'm just glad that we've done as well as we have.
This is their track as well.
It is. They're all riding here sort of week in, week out, and you know, I've only been here once before, and it was really slick, and it was raining all the way through the meeting, so it was a little bit different tonight, but I've enjoyed racing here, and it's been good.
Good. Berwick tomorrow?
Yeah, we've got Berwick tomorrow, and then I'm down at Newport on Sunday, so I'm going to miss the one at Glasgow. But Berwick's going to suit me better because I rode there last year, and it's a bigger track similar to the one I'm at Sheffield this year, so I'm looking for a good night tomorrow. Yeah.
That's the one they're worried about. They thought they might win this one because of their home track knowledge. Berwick's...
Yeah, well, Berwick's a big track. I mean, a lot like sort of Scotty Nichols, Lee Lanham and Lee Richardson, they're used to riding abroad and riding the big tracks as sort of I am as well, which tomorrow it's going to be tough for the Scottish team.
Then the Glasgow one's...
the Glasgow one's going to go in your favour again, I think, 'cause that's another tricky little track, but I don't know, I'm not going to be there to see that one, but I hope it goes well for the England team and for the Scottish team.
So do I, of course. So. Yeah. Well, thanks very much for talking. It was very entertaining night. Thank you very much. Cheers. Thank you. Some brilliant riding.
Yeah, you know, the boys, we all tried hard, you know. Main thing was, you know, no one got hurt, and there was some bloody close racing out there. That was good.
Brilliant racing, wasn't it?
Really good, you know. I reckon the public must have been pleased with what they see tonight.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
Good.
But I was just trying to decide, was this your first time here, or were you here last season?
No, I was here last year. I had sort of 10 points here last year, so, you know, I quite like the place.
That's good. Berwick tomorrow?
Yeah, it's right. That's another one of my favourite tracks, so... Yeah, looking forward to it. Get the boys G'd up and hopefully we can get a win.
I think England boys will win that Berwick tomorrow.
Yeah.
The riders, Scottish riders had home track knowledge.
Yeah, they did,
It was a home match.
Yeah, really, yeah.
And Glasgow's will be the decider.
That's it. It is going to be, I think. As long as we can pull it out tomorrow, we can get in there and let's make it a good match at Glasgow.
It's quite a squad you've got as well.
Yeah, it is, you know, considering everyone's under 21, you know, that's the main thing. I mean, the Scottish team, some of them are a little bit older than 21, so...
Tell Kenny.
So, yeah, you know, it's always going to be a tough match.
Thanks very much for talking to us. Cheers, mate.
No problem.
Cheers. Once
He's used to doing this.
Once again, your tracks come in for freeze. And I know how difficult it must have been because there's been terrible weather up here recently.
It's not just me, it's all the boys. There's a team of boys that help out here, and with having a lot of rain last week helps in a way because it beds things down, and at the end of the day you just want to try and make it, if the riders enjoy it then the public enjoy it because they provide the entertainment, make it safe and some good racing, and it will just say that the weather can work for you and against you, but it's been a good night and hopefully everybody's enjoyed it and the riders have enjoyed riding around it.
What was it like here yesterday? Were you out here yesterday?
Yeah, I was here on Wednesday as well, and yesterday at tea time it was absolutely throwing rain down again. It was really wet again, really all week up until today. Today's been the best day we've had, the only day's summer we've had this season, and I say we had to sort of battle away again today, early on today to get it right, you know.
But it's been perfect, hasn't it? That's the sort of racing you get.
You're happy, you say if everybody's enjoyed it and there's been nobody certain, the lads have put up a good performance, then everybody's right. But it's not just me, everybody helps.
Cheers, Doc. Thanks, mate. Cheers. Maximum, brilliant.
Yeah, first ever Maximum. It's good to do it here in Edinburgh, you know.
It's not your first ever, is it?
Yeah.
Honestly.
First ever Maximum. Riding for Scotland, so it's quite an achievement.
That's it then, eh?
Quite an achievement. Enjoyed it.
Is that your first cap, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm quite pleased.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. I haven't been yet actually, to tell you the truth, because I was riding in Sweden on Wednesday for Michael Coulson's testimonial, and I never nearly made it tonight.
I heard you got flown up, didn't you?
Yeah, because we missed the ferry at Belgium, and the ferries were actually called off because of the bad weather over there.
Where did they fly you? Turnhouse or Prestwick?
Luton to Edinburgh, and Caroline Watson, I'd like to say thanks for picking me up. She picked me up at the airport so we could get here in time, and my mechanic drove up. He was down south at the airport and he managed to get here in time, so but the main thing was I got here early and
right, so you
rest, you know.
Then. Yeah. So wake up the first on the morning of Maximum in a foreign country, come back to Scotland. It's quite good. It's brilliant meeting, wasn't it? It was very good.
Yeah, it was good. I mean, it's a good racing. You know what I mean, that's.
Well, you was in front most of the time. You didn't see half the battles going on behind. You have to get the video, no?
Yeah.
Cracking, some smashing racing.
I think I should get a video for now. Since I got my first Maximum.
You see, Mike Hunter usually gives them.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Big man.
I'll tell Mike. It's a free video for Greasy here, and Lee Lanham wants one as well.
Yeah, but he's got to pay for his because he's English.
All the riders get one for nothing, so I believe. It's quite good. And that's a super race jacket, very well put together. I like that.
Yeah, it's good. Everything was done well tonight, you know. Better Harkin's done well, and Eden Promotion have done well. It's really good, you know.
What do you think about riding the Berwick tomorrow?
Well, I'm a bit dubious at the moment because I've never ridden it before. I've not even seen it since it's. But if I can trap what I was doing tonight, I could hopefully do okay and I can win. I'd like to win all three.
Kenny reckons it'll be very tough against Berwick. Glasgow he reckons it'll be a doddle for the Scots, but
yeah, I think Berwick will be tough because they boys ride big tracks.
That's the sort of track.
Lee Lanham, Scott Nichols, I mean Lee Richardson, they'll fly in there.
No, they do like it, and some of our lads don't like it.
Yeah, I don't know about them, but I've never seen it before, so just hope it can do well.
Get another Maximum there.
Yeah, I hope so. I need the bank balance.
Thanks very much, Dr. Greasy. Cheers, well done. Thanks, mate. Cheers. That was a brilliant match, wasn't it?
That was fabulous.
It was good sport. Aye.
I think everybody who was here will go home thinking that was bloody good racing.
No, it was really good race. The track yesterday, I don't know, were you here yesterday? It was terrible weather. That track was on the water, and this is all.
I gathered it was because I played golf this morning, and we had to play on temporary greens on 3 of them, so I could tell that there was a lot of rain, and that was only in Edinburgh. So.
And that's not a bad squad of lads you've got there.
They're good.
Yeah,
they work together. They work hard.
Yeah, I've seen them all mucking in. Yeah. You pick them yourself, or was anybody else you'd like to see in there?
No, I had to make one change from tonight. I did have young David Howe in, and David had an exam this afternoon, and it's not the sort of thing I look at. I look for their fixtures. I don't think about their school exams.
So Berwick tomorrow.
Berwick tomorrow is going to be a different kettle of fish.
I think that's the one. The old.
This was the one that I was not looking forward to in that respect, because you look at the team and all of the boys have been Edinburgh boys, and tomorrow will be different.
And this was a banker for Scotland, I thought. And
I think so.
As soon as you lads got used to the track in the second half of the meeting,
did you see it go?
No, as the lads got.
That's what I mean. You saw them go then.
Yeah,
you know, Scott Nichols is the first time here, and he said he wants to come back. He was really impressed with the track.
Oh yeah.
And like you said, he worked out the racing lines for the last two, and I think he saw the results of it, and so did the rest of the boys.
And of course, our lads don't ride well at Berwick. I shouldn't be telling you this. Well, I am English.
Well, I hope they don't.
They don't ride well at Berwick. They don't like it.
Good. So it will make up for a nice decider, won't it? A Shawfield on Sunday, yeah.
And that can go anyway, because it all depends what that track's like. It can be a funny, good track. It's a shoot.
We couldn't gate tonight. Certainly in the early races, and I think the boys were a bit on edge, a bit tense. It was a long journey up. Some of them were late. And I think the ones that were here early were here so early that they were worried about the other ones. And tomorrow will be different, and Sunday will be the decider.
Sunday's going to be a nice. You'll set up Glasgow nicely. Big Phil host and everything.
I hope so.
Weather forecast is fine as well.
Good.
Right. The only thing that's wrong, you won't have Doc Budget doing the track at Glasgow. The bloke does our track.
Well,
legend.
I was going to say, the track is great, but these boys can ride on anything.
Yeah, well.
You know, they've been abroad and they've ridden on concrete over there, and you know, there's 3 of them through to the world final, so
that's
and another one to go.
Quite a squad. Entertaining team. Thanks very much.
Thank you ever so much.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers.